Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Dogwood Springs. This is something I've been waiting on for more than a month now. I mentioned in the last video that we had ordered a big saw. Well, this is it, and this is the, I think I've heard it called the China saw. It's Holzfforma G660, and it's supposed to be a clone knockoff of the Stihl MS 660 with interchangeable parts and whatnot. Now, I would normally, I would much prefer to have the Stihl, but I don't have that kind of budget, and so I watched a lot of reviews myself and decided to try this out. And anyway, this is it, and I'm going to open it with you guys here. It seems to be thoroughly wrapped, but we'll see if we can kind of get it apart and see what we have. Hopefully it's all in one piece. It takes so long because they ship it via boat. I went on and got the 28-inch bar instead of the 36-inch bar because of that end right there. The bigger bars don't have that sprocket on the end, and I'm a fan of that. So if I do go on and get a 36-inch bar, I will probably get the Stihl bar. I've already priced those. Got a hat. Farmertec is the company that makes this saw. This is one. They had two models, and really, best I could tell, the only difference was this newer one. Or it was like $10 more. Had the wraparound bar, handlebar. I think that's supposed to be the chain. I got an empty box. Yep, there's one chain. It says it's the right size. I got .063, and that seems to be what we have. Oh, that one's actually still in there. I think that's what that says. Oh, here's a little fuel mix can there. Saw. Some more tools here. Let's see what we have. Parts. Got a scrunch. I'm sure all you, I know every chainsaw guy and girl out there familiar with that tool, but it is a scrunch. I think we need this here. It's going to be pretty important not to lose that, and a little small flathead, and that's probably going to be for putting a handlebar on. I've heard the manual is very much a copy of Stihl. I think it even might actually say Stihl somewhere in here accidentally, unless they've updated it. But I also, from my research on it, I think it gives the wrong fuel mix on here. So I'll have to check into that. I'll look into that later. But that's something that's kind of important. But that's one thing, and I'm not sure about. I don't know how it's supposed to be a clone or knockoff of a Stihl, but it doesn't take 50-to-1 mix. That's what they are. They're quite aggressive. The bag says toolkit, but it's going to be the parts to put those on. Let's see what we got. Please don't be bent. Guys, we're just going to do an unboxing today. Get this saw, and I'll come back and hopefully maybe in the same video and check all the screws and nuts in here and just make sure everything's tight and lubricated, and get any packing oil that might be excess out of it. One of the things that I've been most curious about is the weight of this thing. There it is, the power head. It says third generation on here, so from what I heard, they have made some improvements. Well, that's not attached. I actually have another saw like that. This one just came out of this little receiver, though. It's not broken. My Stihl 270 is pretty much, it was broken off in the fuel tank, the little receiver that holds that little knob on the end of the fuel thing, and so it never has attached, and you have to replace the whole fuel tank, as far as I know, to fix that. That just snapped right back in there. If y'all know another way to fix one of those that's broken, let me know. But I'm used to it. Got a decompression button on the top there. All in all, it feels fine. I'm excited to put it together. It's getting late, so we're probably losing light here, but just came in this afternoon. Like I say, I've been waiting on it I ordered it a month and 4 days ago, and it came today. And of course, I'm in North Mississippi, and the boat ship arrived in California. So in addition to that, then it had to come all the way across the country via UPS to get here. So it's been a long time coming, and I'm needing it. I got a lot to go. I've got a whole, one of my access roads down behind my tractor shed here is completely blocked. I have 4 trees, I think, that are across the road, and several of them are quite large. So I'm looking forward to testing this out on some of those. But that's it for now, and we'll get back with you with the actual assembly. All right, guys, it's the next morning. If we got the saw unpacked last night, and this morning we're going to try to get it all together. I'm just going to check and make sure everything's tight right now. I know they're generally a lot better about putting thread locker on all these nuts and bolts, but I'm just going to kind of go give it a quick once over and check it out, and then go in and put it together. And one of the big differences I think I mentioned yesterday about this and the actual Stihl is the Stihl, of course, everything's 50-to-1 fuel mix, and this one is not. It's actually 32-to-1, and that's one thing, since they use their and I'm not I'm glad, because it's a whole lot easier to read, and if it is a clone, it's I'd rather have this than have a translated manual. But one thing they've done, you know, since they I think pull their info from the Stihl manual, or pull the Stihl manual in the first place, I'll show you, is they copied. They finally have gone in here. This said 50 to 1, but they've cut out little stickers and pasted over that, so it actually shows you the 32 to 1. I'm glad that wasn't my job to do it in however many manuals they're doing it. You see that it still says it right here. They didn't fix that, but that's progress anyway. But anyway, like I said, we'll go through here real quick and just kind of check everything out, get that air filter off. They send you a T27 wrench and then a very small flathead and the scrunch in addition to the tools, and that's the only other really thing I can think of that you would mainly need to work on this saw is 8mm. We'll take this little, you know, that is not the same all the way around, so when you put it back, you just got to make sure that little groove is on the bottom. It's over there. Then right here is what we need the 8mm for. What I need. All right, here we go. I would like it, and they make it, and I just don't have, so I haven't used what I have, but a handled, whether it's one of those screwdriver style or even would be better than this, or T-handle would be best. And if you're going to do this much, I would suggest that, and I'm going to do it, is get probably a set of that, because the T-handle, you know, with magnetic tip on it, T27 would be very helpful, because some of these are quite difficult to get to. And if you don't have tiny hands or tiny fingers, it just makes it, or great dexterity, all the harder. Okay. So, let's see, that slides off. There's a little groove that slides in on the top, but we will just pull this plug here. I say we will. The spring is not wanting to come off. It's kind of got twisted down in there. See if I can get that. Hopefully. Anyway, I'll go through and make sure the head is tight, the muffler bolts and inside there, and take those off. Make sure everything's got thread locker on it, or just tighten it down. Good. This only goes in one way. It's got it, so you can't really mess that up. Guess you could, but it would take a little work. Check the spark plug in there too. It was very, very tight. I actually had to use a pry bar to get the spark plug off. I missed that. I didn't get that on film. Way too tight. So that's definitely, you don't want that. So that's why it's good to check all this stuff before you get started. You'll see on these saw dogs, they only fit one way. So that's got to go toward the center. So. Okay, this one's got thread locker on it here. Alright, we're back. I am sorry, battery died on that last one, and instead of just starting over and redoing all that again for filming, it's nothing, that technical. So I just decided to talk about it. We got it together. Show you the only thing, I actually put this saw dog on this side on wrong. And so I had to flip the little bolts the opposite direction so it would fit those little guards in there so they wouldn't be pushed out too far, and they were pinching the chain, so that was the problem. The little plastic guides in there were pinching the chain so it wouldn't roll. So anyway, that was really the extent of my only difficulties putting that thing back together. And then I'm excited about getting some fuel and oil in it and trying it out. And we'll, come back later and give you a update on how it performs and how we feel about it at that point. And one thing that I don't think I talked about that I will say real quick, that if you buy this saw from Farmertec like it is, it does not come with, it's just the power head. So I actually went on and ordered this bar and two chains from them at the same time. And it was not, as far as what you might get that elsewhere for, it was a great deal. So that's it, and thanks for staying with us. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button and come back and see us.